that's a tremendous looking trophy.
You fucking started laughing, you motherfucker. Fuck this is how the show's starting now. This is it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the number one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanics, which is, once again, as always, a shitstorm. Now, the only person with us this week is Ciaran, which means it probably will be a shitstorm.
What? What does that mean it's going to be a shitstorm?
Well, it's like sitting across the table from my arch enemy who has tried to kill me many times or something like that.
Look, it's fine. It's fine. You know, we're just this is like the team up spin-off sequel where we're like joining forces, defeating the lack of content together. And
I was gonna say this is like Freddy versus Jason, instead of fighting at the end, Freddy and Jason just team up and say, fuck it, let's just both try and kill the teenagers together.
Yeah, exactly. Like we just make the super team. Like we're gonna be killing the whole network, just me and you, man. I got your back. Until my knife is in your back.
If you haven't listened to if you don't listen to Pleasure Explosion, which you should this week because we cast the Explosion Network movie. If this was part of the movie's plot, who would it be? Oh, that's right. It would be spoilers for two casting choices of that podcast, but fuck it. Still go listen to it. It would be James Corden teaming up with Bill Hader. Which I can actually see in a movie.
That'd be pretty great, actually.
Yeah, I was like,
pretty great.
Saying that out loud, I was like,
yeah, how happy I was. Like you guys on that. I listened to that podcast today. It started bad for me. I'm not gonna lie. I had a few problems. Dylan forgot my existence. Clearly,
I did not.
Clearly,
no,
Dylan
I
forgot
clarified.
I
clarified because I thought he said we're casting Pleasure Explosion, and I was like, all right. And I was like, so we're doing Ciaran because that's Explosion Network. Okay. So it's not the Pleasure Explosion movie, it's the Explosion Network.
No, it's fine. And then it's fine. And then Jack called me awkward. And then somebody brought up Jack Osborne to play me.
Yep, that was not me.
Damn straight it better not have been. And then it went to a decent place as soon as James Corden was mentioned. I forgave you all because
I believe to make up for it, so you don't feel as bad. Did you finish it?
I did indeed.
Okay, so I was the one who was like, fuck that, Jono's the awkward one.
I was like, yeah, that's just...
So...
When Jack was like, Jono's not awkward. And everybody's like, what?
I was like, fuck off, he isn't. Anyway, that's our little promo trailer for go listening to
get that off my chest.
Another Explosion Network
I can now work with
podcast.
Dylan.
Pleasure Explosion episode 29, casting the Explosion Network movie. I think that's the title. All right, let's jump into some game. This is the Platinum Explosion #1 non-video game Australian podcast about PlayStation. That's the official subtitle, I think.
No, we're gonna put the Explosion Network movie on the PlayStation Store first.
Fuck yes, PlayStation, do me a deal.
Hook us up. Yeah, it's one of those Netflix deals.
Netflix deals.
Netflix.
Let's talk about some video games.
Let's do it.
Big news. Well, we'll get to the big release of last week, and somebody can talk about that forever. But I suppose the biggest news story to come out of last week was Rockstar randomly. I mean, Rockstar being Rockstar, they just, when we'll announce something. Hey, you, roll a dice. Hey, other employee, roll a dice. So we'll announce it on this random date. Hey, roll a d20. You roll a d20. We'll announce it at this time. Cool.
It's like they sneeze and a press release comes out.
Pretty much.
Somebody just sneezes off, and you're like, oh, sorry, okay, we're putting that out now, guys. Just
because it's like if you know that if they was ever to announce like GTA 6 or it's even like when Red Dead 2 was announced, it was just like wake up one morning, roll over. It's like, okay, Red Dead 2 was announced while I slept. Like why today? I don't know. It's just a Wednesday. Like it's fine. Sure.
It was like Friday night, wasn't it? It was a weird day.
It was really weird.
It was a weird day.
If it was Friday night here, it means it was like Thursday in America or like very early, like 12:01 a.m. on a Friday. It was just a really weird time. Anyway, Rockstar has announced they're releasing LA Noire, which was it was on PS3. Was it on 360 as well? I presume it was.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so it was on the two consoles back in the day. It was made by Team Bondi here in Australia.
Yes.
Went through a horrible, so we've heard from stories, horrible construction being made. Team Bondi is now just non-existent. That's how bad that all went for them. I think the game sold well enough or whatever, and it was reviewed decently. So it was just this whole like shitstorm. But I think it cost them a fuck ton of money to make, especially because of the
facial animation stuff.
The facial animations and shit like that, like all the technology, because that was their big thing. Anyway, they announced it's coming to all current gen consoles, and that does mean all current gen consoles. That is PS4, Xbox One, and the motherfucking Switch.
It's a Switch, baby.
Yeah, which is the weirdest part of the story. Like all the headlines for this story were basically like LA Noire coming to Switch, and then I'll be like, because when I read the story, all I saw was that, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll play it on my Switch. That sounds really great. I'll play it on my Switch. And then I like clicked on the news story. I was like, oh, it's coming to... No, it's coming to everything. So I'd play it on my Pro, right? Because it'll be pretty and pretty.
You'll see them freckles move, man.
I'll see them freckles on their facial animations. Did you play?
I did. I cannot remember heaps. I can remember...
I didn't finish it.
Basic story. I didn't finish it either. It was good. I can remember it was good. I can remember the world being super empty.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yes, it was.
I can remember not being able to fully wrap my head around like the whole system of interviewing people, as in, like like the first few interviews were easy because they're supposed to be, but there's some where like the facial tick was something really, really small, and I was like, I don't know how I was supposed to see that. So I'd be interested now because when was it originally released?
Like 2011 or something, probably like 12. Like it sounds like ages ago. Keep talking. I'll
if it's, I'd be interested to see how older Ciaran deals with it.
2011.
2011? Okay, so that was what, like 6
brownie
years
point for me.
So
Yeah, a while ago.
I was 17.
Older Ciaran? Yeah.
That's
well,
I
was...
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I was, what, like 18 probably?
You're a year older than me, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just.
So, you just realised how young we are, people.
Yeah.
Haha. It's just... Yeah, I'm interested. It was the game choice was so out of the blue. There was a lot of people that were like, why aren't they bringing GTA to the Switch? And you were like, come on, guys, they're not doing that.
Yeah, I saw saw a post like that, and I was like, you're saying that like it was a choice, which is the weirdest part. They're like, why the fucking, of all Rockstar games they could bring, why did they bring LA Noire? And I was like, oh yeah, because like, you're acting like it was a choice-made decision. Like, I don't know why LA Noire's the game that they bring it over, but I highly doubt it was like, oh, should we bring GTA or should we bring LA Noire?
That was not the choice at all.
There was never a choice. For some reason, this game is being remastered.
Having seen what Skyrim looks like being played on the Switch, I'd hate to see what GTA 5 would look like being played on the Switch.
Hot garbage, I reckon.
It would just be gross. I just don't think that's going to come. Especially with the online. The online platform. GTA Online is so big now that they wouldn't, I don't know, they wouldn't do that. But LA Noire, I'm interested. I'll pick it up again. I'll give it another a quick play. I'll see if I can finish it this time.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
And see what happens with it. I'll be interested to see if this is similar to other things that may have happened recently. If this is just a dipping their toe in the water to see
for a sequel.
To see if they want.
You think so?
If they have the audience for a sequel. Also, because that's the only thing that's disappointing. Because I always thought Rockstar was working on a new IP, and I don't know. It might be.
I mean, this is the part. Like, if this is a test for a sequel, it's like, well, is Rockstar testing the waters for a sequel for them to make the sequel in house? Because if they're testing it to do that, then it's just going to like anyone who worked at Team Bondi when they made this game, and if they announce a sequel or whatever, like they're getting fucked. Also, I mean, it's not like they get money from this game being released now. I'm pretty sure it's just like Rockstar owns it. They don't exist anymore. They just make a heap of money on this, and I reckon they will make a heap of money, especially on the Switch sales.
Man, it's been perfect. It's been like, I think they've waited the right amount of time to do it. They haven't done like GTA 5 was just the right amount of time for people because they released it at the end of one generation and then re-released on the next generation.
They did it really.
It made sense. But they haven't done like, say, Bethesda does with like Skyrim, where there has been a billion different versions of that game come out, and I've bought that game way too many times to count. So it's a decent amount of game, and I think I could play that game as a full fresh experience because I doubt I'd remember anything.
Yeah, I'd be able to go in blind. I can't remember. Like I remember, like I'm pretty sure you come back from war, like because it's that time period.
I can remember like the whole like you move between the different departments and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that stuff. But it was just really weird because some of the departments I remember being really paced really weird. It was like you went from chasing like rapists to chasing like people starting fires. Like the next one, I'm like, well, surely rapists would be above.
Yeah,
like
arsonists.
Arsonists. Yeah, it was just like really weird.
I don't know.
Like,
It'd be
I don't know, maybe in my head, rapists are worse.
Wasn't there?
I'm not saying arsonists are good. However,
if you're an arsonist, you've got, you're in like low security prison. If you're a rapist,
yeah,
you're going to somewhere where...
We're not saying you should die, but you should probably die.
You should probably put somewhere and pit, Hunger Games style.
Yeah, just
Death Race, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
You do you, man.
Just, you do, man. Do you reckon with all the, like, if you're playing it on your Xbox S or your your PlayStation Pro or whatever.
What's the release date for this?
November 14th. November 14th.
14th. So it's...
Yeah. So
sorry, it'll be after the
yeah.
Xbox One X is released. Yep. So that'll be interesting to see if it comes out with a patch for that.
I presume so. If they're going to patch
it
for Pro
if
they're going to patch it for Pro and all that sort of shit, then you presume
it'll patch it for One X.
Do you reckon that the facial animation and all that sort of stuff will be easier to read with higher...
I don't know. Like, the thing is, how much does, like, upping the resolution on the same graphics from 6 years ago, how much difference? How much difference does that make? Or how much does it show that there's a lot been done? Because we've had some great facial animations
since then.
Then, like, we've had really good facial
animations. A lot better,
animation.
to be honest. Like, this isn't sitting at some high bar. It's like, you're gonna watch The Last of Us and like Hellblade this year and shit like that. I'm like,
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what happens when it comes out. I think everybody should give it a try. Support Rockstar for doing something else, because I do like all of Rockstar's projects when they go and do something else.
Table tennis.
Oh well.
I actually like table tennis.
It wasn't too bad. It was
really weird. I'm like, why am I playing this fucking table tennis?
It was strange, but it's nice to see that they can do other things other than GTA and Red Dead. Mm-hmm. They can do, like, Max Payne was awesome. Max Payne 3 was really good. That was made by Rockstar. Did you play? It's not Outlast. It's
what, the Manhunter one? Or whatever.
Yeah, Manhunter.
It's banned in Australia.
It did. I may have had a copy of it, but
okay, I know. I never played that.
That was actually kind of cool.
So. I wanted to.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course I did.
Little rapscallion Dylan. Just,
how old was we when that came out? We would have been like 14, 15, 13?
14, 15, yeah.
Somewhere around there? Fuck yes, I wanted to play that game where it was banned in Australia, Manhunter. I'm like, I want to
give
play
me some of that.
Give me that violent video game. Little teenager. I got that angst. I need to get it out by killing fucks. God damn it. Let me kill a motherfucker, please. So, I mean, I'm highly intrigued because as I said, I never finished it. And I like the idea of the game and everything, and I feel like if it's out at a good time and there's nothing else or something like that, it would just be great. And maybe I should pace. I'm like, if they don't make the world, like, it just depends how much they're going to fix. Like, are they going to make the world feel more? Are they going to add more NPCs in that world?
How much resources are they dedicating to doing this?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Is it just a remaster, or is it like a little bit of a remake? Like just a tiny bit of a remake within like
adding a couple things,
and stuff like that. But I mean, we don't really know. Yeah. But if it's just the same game that looks prettier, I'm like, cool. I might be intrigued. Maybe I'll try and pace myself more, knowing that I will get burnt out on the game faster, and just be like, this week I'll play through the whatever section you start as, the normal.
It'd be an interesting game. I think it would be even interesting to stream, to do like as a stream game, and like even that would help with the pacing for us. I found that with streaming over at twitch.tv/Explosion Network, that having games paced and having a set time every week where I'm playing a game helps me get through a game super. Like, that's the reason I finished Kingdom Hearts, is because I had the same time every week, and I was like, that's
the only reason I'm going to be able to finish Red Dead, to be honest. Like,
even though it's been like 20 years since you last streamed.
It's been a couple of weeks since I streamed it, but I can guarantee that if I wasn't streaming that game, I would never have started it and I would never have finished it. Yeah, because it's just like, it's an old game on like a back pile of newer stuff that I can't get to. So just like setting that time aside to be like, going to stream this game.
I'm going to sit down and do it.
Yeah, so I will beat that game eventually, and it will all be streamed because it's the only way it's going to happen. And then the other news story for this was that they are doing some special self-contained HTC Vive. What's it called? Vive. VR shit, to which I say, cool, that's not PSVR.
Can
Why?
the PSVR do it though?
Like,
that's the problem. I think some points. I think if a developer's gonna, I'd like to know what Sony's doing in terms of.
They
support.
have to be updating those fucking Move controllers, and if they're not,
you're
dumb. Y'all dumb.
Have to update the Move controllers, but also stuff like what are the incentives developers are getting to make PlayStation VR games? Because for me, the Vive is a far superior piece of hardware. Yeah, it costs a heap more, but
yeah, it costs a heap more. I think that I mean, I'm just guessing. Like, I don't have any proof to back this up, but I feel like the VR has like a decent install base now.
Yeah.
And
it's got that price drop. So.
And it's got the price drop recently. So, and I think that was a really smart move. So I'm just every time I read stuff like this, I'm like you better have a good reason, or they gave you money or whatever, something like that. Like, whatever. All right. Following on from Rockstar, Knack 2. I haven't played it.
So we're going from rags to riches, of course.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
Is that the story? Is that the story?
Now,
neither of us have played it. However,
hell no.
I own the game. Because
because you should not be okay. This is where I fly the flag for.
Go ahead. Like, I wasn't going to try and lie
host.
about it. I wasn't going to lie about it.
You weren't going to lie about it.
Nope.
I'll let it come from the horse's mouth, people. Strap in and prepare your angry pitchforks and torches.
For a couple hours on Knack release day, for some reason it was $0.00 on the PlayStation Store, and you could just grab that shit. And they haven't revoked the license on it. So I say props to them, because guess what? Y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up, and I don't feel bad.
I'd like to think, because there was somebody mentioned in our chat over the week, like, was it a viral marketing trend to
make it
do it?
Prices
like just to do it.
It fucking worked, because I've seen heaps of people online being like, played through the game, not half bad. Wouldn't have paid for it though.
And that's the thing. Does the fact that people got the game for free skew how good the game is?
No, because alright, so the Metascore, now I'm not usually one to bring up Metascores because I don't like the whole let's just talk about Metascores. However, for a game like this, where the first one was shit on and it's a joke among the PlayStation community, basically, like, Knack. It's become this huge joke. And when they announced the sequel, I was so like, I'm actually kind of excited because I enjoyed a lot of the first game. Like, legitimately enjoyed a lot of the first game. Was like, I have so many problems with this, but I can see a golden nugget hidden here somewhere. So I'm actually excited to play too. But when they announced it, I was like, wow, you're just playing it for the laughs of the PlayStation community? I really don't get it. But the Metascore on number 2, 70. That is from actual review sites, don't forget.
That's not bad.
To which
I
say...
also got the game for free, though.
Hey, don't start no fucking #Gamergate bullshit in here. So yeah, I was just highly surprised. I think it's having not played the game, I can't speak to it yet, but I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say it was just really interesting that it was just a really interesting Knack week. Firstly, it wasn't shit. It wasn't average. 7's like, for most sites, 7's considered like, it's good. It's good. It's good. Yeah. Like, it's fine. And then that whole conundrum with it just being free for a couple hours. Either that was a marketing strategy,
I'm
some weird fuck up,
surprised
and
that they haven't revoked the licenses.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's what I expected.
Because normally they do.
Yeah.
Unless
they should have. I'm glad they're not.
Another conspiracy theory. PlayStation got hacked again.
No. Why was it only Knack?
Exactly, because Knack's the joke. That's the joke, man.
Someone
hackers, they've got a sense of humor.
This shit doesn't happen though. It's so weird. Like, this shit doesn't, like, games don't randomly.
No, games don't randomly come free, or they are free and then somebody revokes it.
Yeah.
Like, it's happened previously on Xbox. It's happened on PlayStation before. and they a couple hours in go, oh sorry, we need that license back. Just you didn't pay for that.
That's weird. Like if they'd done that, I'd have been like, all right, that's your choice to make. However, like let's just talk about this for a second. This whole it was free thing. My feeling on it is like, so I had an experience at JB Hi-Fi, which I think I was talking about with the rest of the people now in our group chat early in the week. But what it was JB Hi-Fi on their website had a whole heap of PS3 games for $5, like a fuck ton. And I went, they're fucking cheap. I'm buying all of them. So I clicked add to cart, like all these fucking PS3 games because I was like, someone's fucked up, but I'm not one to not take advantage of this situation. No, someone fucked. No, they said it was a fuck up later. They put out like a thing saying they were like, "Look, we fucked up, but we're going to give everyone that brought them at this price. We're giving them to you, like because that's our bad." Which is the correct response from someone who works in customer service.
Sony just hasn't said anything, right?
No, they didn't say sweet fuck all. It was even worse. So I got like 20 to 30 fucking games from JB Hi-Fi for $5. Whole heap of stuff, steelbooks, which I've kept and never played just because the steelbooks and I'm a crazy person. But what made it even weirder was this. I brought all these the release week of Fallout 4. So Fallout 4 came out this week. In my box of cheap $5 PS3 games, I got a brand new copy of Fallout 4 on Xbox One, still wrapped in plastic. So not only did they send me a whole heap of $5 games, they also was just like, someone else fucked up and sent me this Fallout. And you know what I did with them? I kept a couple. I took them all into EB, traded them in, got like 4 times the amount I paid for them. And I don't feel fucking bad at all. Because, as I said, this is the point of the story. As someone who works in customer service, if I have something marked wrong, if I wrote a markdown sticker or something incorrectly, I have to give it to them to that price. If our system scans something at $1 that's worth like $10, you're getting that shit for $1. If I scan a fucking Coke and it comes up $0.00 at my work, you're getting that shit for free.
Just take it. Just take
it. Okay. So if everyone in the store was like, scanned a Coke for free, and this person was like, this Coke's free, I would have to give everyone in that store that Coke for free. I wouldn't cut it off. Wouldn't be like, oh, I'll give it to that person, too bad. However, once everyone left the store, I would have been like, I'm taking all the Cokes and hiding them in the back room. Which is like the smart way to go about it. However, if anyone scanned it, I would be
that's good.
So I feel the exact same way about this whole fucking thing. Like someone messed up. It was $0.00. Not my problem. I don't feel like I stole shit. It was marked for free. How do you feel about it?
I think I'm exactly the same. Exactly the same. Digital marketplace, they could technically revoke it. Because it has to have a negative impact on.
Oh, sure, it probably does. Which is
has to have a super negative impact.
Yeah.
Like I would hate to see the numbers of people that grab that game because it has to have a negative impact on the developer because they're not getting the sales from those games.
Won't deny it.
Not getting the sales from those games. It's got to have more of a negative impact on brick and mortar stores that aren't getting sales because, hey, some guy who's just about to run off to the store to grab it in the morning because they were the biggest Knack fan ever.
I was about to say, who are you fucking...
They're going in their Knack cosplay. Realizes that, hey, it's actually right here for free.
Yeah.
I'd like to... It'd be nice to be a fly on the wall of Sony. When A, whoever realized it, but B, the person who realized it looked at the numbers and went, you know what? It's not so bad. Yeah. Barely anybody did it. But
you know what you do? You know what the smart move now is to release some DLC or some shit. Or like in a couple weeks, or like if you're not making Knack 2 DLC, fucking like make Knack 2 DLC or shit now. Because I can guarantee a bunch of people who, well, I can't guarantee, but I presume that a bunch of people who got the game for free wouldn't have brought it anyway, like had zero intentions, but maybe played it and were like, you know what? Not bad. If DLC dropped, they might be like, oh, because I didn't pay for this and I actually like this game, I'll pay for this DLC and stuff like that.
I'll be interested. I'll be interested to see the future of Knack because
there probably isn't. There probably was never a future, no matter how the sales were never going to be enough.
Knack 2 was there, dude.
I was highly
Knack 2 was.
Yeah, well, the theory is Mark Cerny basically walked into an office, was like, put a gun to Crash Bandicoot's head and said, you know what, we're not releasing this Crash collection unless we put out Knack 2. He's my baby. Knack's my baby. I invented the PlayStation. Let me have a sequel to my game.
That's fair enough, though. I think it is
He's like, yes.
quite fair in the end to.
He's a smart guy. I'm pretty sure he knew his game wasn't
He's a
reviewed
top
well.
bloke. He's a top bloke. Mr.
He's a
Cerny,
top bloke.
so
I like Mr. Sen.
He's a great guy.
Great guy. Never met him? Great guy.
No. I'd like to think I've met him.
Oh,
On the street somewhere in Australia. You know?
oh, I'm not actually sure if he's ever been.
Rural Victoria, he was there.
Of all places.
Getting a bottle of milk. Full fat or extra dollop. And I was like, I don't know, Mark Cerny.
You can have it for free.
You can have it for free. And he's like, thanks, kid. I think I might do the same for you one day.
Yeah, one day.
One day.
Make great video game. You can have it for free. All right, let's talk about the big game of last week.
What was the big game of last week?
The big game of last week, apart from Knack 2, which we predicted would be big.
Got a bit dwarfed, though.
Got a bit dwarfed by another game.
A little bit dwarfed by this other game.
Destiny 2.
Bam.
Now, before we begin talking,
yeah,
this is a PlayStation podcast.
It is. And I played this game.
Yep.
On superior hardware.
Nope. You can say the name of the console. I will not take that as an answer.
Well.
Yep.
Mr. Judges, my fellow Explosion Network colleagues, friends, my family here on this network, abandoned me and my dreams of playing Destiny 2. They shunned me. So I went to the Xbox where one young NATO J was playing.
Oh. Worth it?
I appreciated it. It was good. We played through the entire game together. So I had a friend. That's all that matters. Unlike you jerks.
Look. Oh, I don't know what to say to that.
What was that? Oh.
The only people, so I know covering the network, which is really weird because there's 7 of us, and Destiny's such a huge game. Only one person.
Only one person
in the whole network got Destiny 2, which is an interesting little fact for you there. So I don't think Jack, Jono, or Tom ever gave any fucks about Destiny, from what I gathered.
Nope.
I played the first one for 100 and something hours. Decent, I thought. It's not your 1,000 hours or whatever the fuck NATO and whoever else has played for this game, 2,000 hours or whatever the fuck, some crazy bullshit. Get a life. How long did you play the first one for?
I barely played the first one.
Oh, really?
I played the first one. I didn't play the first one until 2016, so I didn't play till last year. This was after all the DLC had been out.
Oh my god.
I put probably a good 30 to 40 hours.
So weird. So you were so pumped for this game, yet I was so pumped for Destiny 1. I was midnight release, got home with the collector's edition, played it until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Servers crashed on me. I was part of that whole Destiny 1 experience.
That's probably why you weren't hyped for this.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's why I feel bad for you, man. Everybody who I talk to that are I played Destiny 1, but I didn't love it.
It's like Nick.
I don't. That's like Nick. And
He's the only other person that was interested.
I always say to people, did you play vanilla or did you play after all the DLC?
I didn't play any DLC.
That's the thing. And they're all like, oh no, I only played vanilla. And I'm like, that's your problem.
Yeah.
That's your problem right there, is that you played vanilla, which is out and out terrible. Everybody agrees it was bad. Bungie made mistakes. Bungie fixed those mistakes.
We'll get to that in a second. But do you think it's really a fair call, considering people make that whole thing with Final Fantasy 13 or whatever? It's after 40 hours, you get to the good part of the game where it opens up. So to be you fucked up because you only played the Destiny vanilla. You should have waited until all the DLC was out.
You have the right to
That's Bungie's fault.
It is Bungie's fault. I'm not disagreeing with that. You have the right to be annoyed that vanilla was bad. But at the same time, there's got to be some grain of salt or some knowledge of the fact that 3 years later, before Destiny 2 was released, there were still people properly playing Destiny the night before Destiny 2 came out.
Yeah.
There was still a community.
Are those servers still up?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Those servers are still up, and there were people still heavily hardcorely playing those games. There's something, and it wasn't even just a niche. It was a decent sized community.
I understand it, yeah. I have a friend who the only game he's played is Destiny. That's the only game he's played on his PlayStation. He brought a Destiny, he brought a white PS4 console, midnight release, Destiny. That's the only game he's played.
Yeah. And it's just
Ever.
one of those things. I think people should have maybe given it a chance. Maybe after Taken King, given it another chance. But that's... I think you'll see, and I hope there'll be this big wave of people in a couple weeks' time that finally give it another go.
I think it'll happen because my interest level for this game was absolutely at 0 at all. However, watching streams, twitch.tv/Explosion Network, watching some of your streams, I was like, this looks a lot better than any of the trailers.
Yep. The trailer didn't make it look good.
All of the trailers I watched for Destiny 2, I went, this looks exactly like fucking Destiny.
As people do.
Yeah.
And we did have a couple people come in to stream and say, hey, this looks like the same game. And I'm like, well, it's one of my biggest frustrations is when people are like, it's just the same game. I'm like, you're going to be doing the same type of thing.
There's a certain level of that.
Yeah, that you have to be the same game. You don't get GTA 4 and GTA 5 and be like, it's the same game. Which it kind of is.
But yeah, when I say that, I mean it kind of just looked like an expansion, like there wasn't enough new. However, watching your stuff, like if it was story stuff or like some of the new locations look really cool, like they don't look anything like Destiny 1 locations to me at all. Guns and stuff, like the changes to systems. We'll run through all this in a second, but like, I would say that you're probably right. More people start jumping on soon because I do think it has been getting nothing but good praise on Twitter that I've seen. So many people like Destiny. Hey guys, by the way, Destiny 2 is actually pretty good. Like just constantly people tweeting out how good it is. However, I probably still won't play it, but that is simply down to a time factor thing.
Yeah,
However, I will go on record and say that like I thought it looked like just meh before, and if I had the time, I might be interested to check it out more.
Yes.
Let's run through some things with Destiny 2.
Sure.
I want to start with the story. So the story apparently exists now. Story's apparently good now, and you don't need to download a mobile app to read Grimoire cards.
Big things. There are cutscenes within the first couple, like the first half an hour, from the bad guy's perspective.
Oh, there's a bad guy.
There's a bad guy, and there's character building for that bad guy.
Yeah. All right, tell me who the bad guy was in Destiny 1. No one fucking knows.
No, well, it depends.
Some
Taken
giant
King,
thing.
it was Oryx, and Oryx was actually
Taken
kind
King
of
was
cool.
a bad guy. That is a
Taken
DLC,
King,
though.
Oryx was cool, but Destiny 1, nobody had a clue.
Yeah, no one has a clue.
Nobody knew.
I remember doing the last battle and being like, cool, I just killed something. I'm not sure what I just killed. However, the credits are now rolling, and I'm going to do some Nightfall strikes or some shit. Cool, let's go. Like, so what is the story in this one? Like, how do you set up your character?
So the setup for this one is there's this Red Legion, which is one of the lesser races from Destiny 1. They've come over and they've actually come and taken the Traveler, which was the big
I remember
orb
that
thing in the sky.
Yep.
And because of that, every Guardian has lost their powers.
Holy fuck.
Everybody lost their powers. The city, everybody like evacuated the city.
But you've still got powers. I saw you use them.
You get kicked off a ship. And then you, as you always are in all games, you are the only person that finds a way of still using the light. And you're the Guardian. And then, it goes from there of how you return the light or how you bring back together the people, like the 3 Vanguard members, how you bring them back together and how you go forward.
Hey, so I accidentally said a spoiler for Destiny 2 here. I didn't know it was a spoiler. I'm sorry. Anyway, we talk about spoilers because I bring them up for like the next minute and a half. Something like that. 2 minutes would probably be the safest time to skip to if you really care about Destiny spoilers. I'm sorry, everyone. So I'm just gonna doodle here. I'm just gonna talk for. You can skip ahead anytime now. About 2 minutes. I'm just gonna give you 5. Reach for your. If you're driving, it's probably not best. Like pull over or just rip the fucking cord out of your car. Just rip it out. Chuck that motherfucker across the room. Okay, just don't do anything dangerous. If you're watching on YouTube, you should be fine. Like, you should be watching YouTube in your car, like, whatever you're doing. Okay, I'm going to end this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Explain to me, then, how they do the tower, because there's a bunch of other motherfuckers running around.
That's a spoiler. We need to say, can we enter in before this? Cut this around. There's spoilers. There's so much shit. Spoilers.
I mean, we don't need to talk spoilers. You can just tell me later. But
I'll tell you later, but you need to cut that section out then, because even saying that word, unless people have watched streams.
What word?
The tower.
What, is it a spoiler to say the tower's in it?
Yeah, it is.
Fuck that. Why? How?
Because, sorry, spoilers. Can somebody know?
We're in spoilers now.
Spoilers.
Slight
now.
spoilers.
So everybody got kicked out of the tower, and then this new area called the farm was the hub area. And the farm was the only area shown to be the hub area in the trailers, in the E3 stuff, everything. Nobody had it. When you finish the game, you get the city back, and you get the citadel, you get the tower back.
Tower back. Okay.
And the tower back is like a level 20, like it's like you finished the game, you have this area now. That was the best moment. I think, actually, I want to put it out there. We still need to put it out. Nato and me are like kids in a candy store for like 15 minutes, running around this place going, oh my god, this is here! Oh my god, this is here!
Yeah, because when I was watching, when I clicked onto your stream and saw you in the tower, I was like, this looks exactly like the tower from Destiny 1. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, and you messaged it and said that. And yeah, you don't get that until... you don't get that till, you finish the game. And a lot of Destiny players had that as such a big thing because everybody had resigned to the fact that you weren't going back to the tower.
Okay.
And for the hardcore Destiny people or people who like Destiny, it was such a cool thing to go back and be like, holy shit, this is cool.
All right, we'll end spoilers now.
Spoilers ended, sorry. Dylan asked a question.
I'll have inserted I'll hope, if I remember, fucking hope I do. I'll insert another voice clip somewhere there. It'll be like, spoilers suddenly start here. Like, my bad. I asked a question I didn't know was a spoiler. For Destiny, sorry. All right, so the other thing is, like, I saw people tweeting out online something about the start of the game, like, covers your like, they were tracking stuff from your character from the first game or some weird shit?
So the opening of the game is pictures of the different like strikes, the different missions, the different raids and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's an art picture, and then down the bottom it tells you when you did it for the first time and who you did it with.
That's pretty fucking cool.
So that was a really cool moment to see, like, holy shit. Sometimes you did it with random, so you're like, oh, okay.
You're like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah, I don't know those person. But the other time you're like, oh shit, I was playing with my friends and I'm not playing with those guys anymore. Maybe I should message them and see what they're doing. And I know that was a really cool feature for a lot of people to see those kinds of...
That's good they've grabbed onto the whole, like, team, like, playing with your friends, like, the whole mentality around the game. Because I remember when they were marketing the first one, it was very much like, they didn't focus too much on the whole... They had all the squad trailers, but they kept always being like, and you can play it alone, like, it's fine, like, just run around, you can run around by yourself, it's fine. But this time they seem very much like, they're not even, like, trying to... Like, everyone knows you can do that, but they're just like, this game you should play with fucking friends. Like,
yes. Yeah, they definitely were. We're
not fucking
that was
around.
what made Destiny good.
Yeah. What would you say the biggest improvements on 1 are? Especially
biggest
for people who like,
cutscenes.
complain about
Cutscenes.
Just the cutscenes? Just the character
Cutscenes
story?
are amazing. The characters have been built up. I have other favorite characters other than, like, everybody loved the Hunter Cade 6 because he was actually funny.
Yep.
There are other characters that are just as funny and just as just as welcoming to you to get to know them is really cool. The score. If I want to get you hot, can you do me a favor? Because you are such a lover of musical scores.
Of musical scores, yes.
I
keep hearing people
online say this listen to the
score.
Destiny 2 score?
I'm quite tempted because I keep seeing people say it's great, and I'm like,
do it for me, your arch nemesis, because I'm being nice to you.
I remember everyone complained about the first score. There was one piece of music in the first game that I was like, I kind of really like this piece, guys. Whenever
because everybody was really worried. Everybody was really worried because before Destiny 2 came out, they changed over from the composer that did all of like Halo
and shit, yeah.
And
which is why everyone was disappointed with the first one, because everyone was like, Destiny's going to have such a fucking amazing score, and it comes out and it's just like default space music stuff.
And it's the first game where a lot of games I go, okay, this is an awesome moment. This game, I had several moments on stream where I'm like, this is an awesome moment that is made 100 times better by this epic score that's going on as well. Like,
that's what Halo had so much of, so that's why it was weird.
Yeah, and there were so many moments like we were playing on stream going, this is so cool. Oh my god, the music, and I kept going. I kept saying, this music's amazing. This music's so good. Like,
okay, I might listen to the score. I can do that.
You need to listen to the score. So
I assume it's on Spotify.
I hope so.
Not,
let me just.
If not, some motherfucker. So that's the biggest improvement, you reckon? Like, so the gunplay and everything else is pretty much the same because like there was nothing wrong with the gunplay.
Nothing wrong with the guns. The guns were good. Yeah. You now get, instead of originally, I can't fully remember. Originally you got a normal weapon, you got a sidearm, and you got a heavy weapon or special weapon. Now you get 2 primary weapons and you're heavy. So you can have like
you can have an Uzi and a machine gun.
Yes, yeah, you can have
Do you think that's good? Because I kind of
it's good because the one has just like normal ammo and the other one's like elemental based damage.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I suppose.
And you swap it, so you do have a cool. So I often love running around with like an automatic rifle and a scout rifle. Yeah. So I have the 2 different variables of what I'm doing.
Yeah. Is there still pistols there?
Yes, there are still pistols. Okay. There are still hand cannons and sidearms and stuff. So that's still, they're not as good. That's one of my sad points is that the pistols and the hand cannons aren't as cool.
Because I had one of my favorite guns in like the original Destiny was I was quite attached to a hand cannon I had.
Yes, yeah.
Like I actually thought it was legit good, and I just use it all the time over my primary weapon.
Yeah. So, the hand cannons aren't so good in my opinion, and I think there's still the good thing about this game is that, and as with all massive multiplayer games, is there's still, even though they've released it, they're always going to be patching stuff and changing it. So, multiplayer is still finding its feet. It's still finding out what are the best guns for multiplayer. How best to balance multiplayer. The only thing I don't like about multiplayer is at the minute it's all the same, like it's everybody in one big cluster. So level 20s can be playing with level like 4s or level 2s whenever you get. So
why? That didn't happen in the first game, I don't think.
Yeah, no, it balances out the guns, so everything does the same damage and everything.
Yeah.
But level 20s often have, you can now do this new cool thing. Actually, quick side point. Bungie has learnt a lot from Blizzard.
Oh.
Like a lot.
It's a good company to learn from, so...
Yeah, what a great company to learn from, but they've learned a lot. So you can get sets. So if you have... There's exotic weapons where if you have another weapon of like the same kind of name equipped into your secondary slot, it gives them both special abilities. Yeah, it gives them both bonuses. So... People who are at level 20 and people who are higher have guns they are comfortable with compared to level 2, level 4. Whenever you're leveling up, you're just grabbing whatever is the best weapon and keep moving forward.
Yeah.
So you might not have good guns for PvP straight away. So there is that little bit of... It's not imbalance, but it's just there's different skill and they aren't leveling that off.
How much Crucible have you played? Because I've actually played a fair bit.
Played a lot. Played a lot of Crucible.
I quite liked it. I remember people complaining. They were like, PvP Destiny is not very good. Like, I'm just playing it for like to do challenges and stuff like that. And I'd always be like, I had a lot of fun. Like, I played a fuck ton of PvP with my friends.
The only thing I don't like about Crucible this time so far, I hope they change it. It's pretty much 2 buttons. So there's quick play and competitive. You don't get to choose what type of game you play. You don't choose what kind of map you want to play. You don't choose anything.
No preference setting.
No preference setting. You just jump into a queue.
Interesting.
And then you just jump into a playlist. Same for both. The only thing I really like, I love the competitive modes. One of the competitive modes is your team has 8 lives. Like both teams have 8 lives across the board. And it's the first person to get to 0. It's like the team that gets to 0 lives and then dies, loses.
Yep.
So that leaves some 2 cool moments, and I really enjoy that. I do like the PvP is fun. It is fun, and I've put a lot of time into it. Overall, in this, so far in Destiny, I've put 30-something hours in.
I'd believe it.
Because the first day I paid for like 14 hours. The second day was another 12. And then the third day in a row was like another maybe 8 or 9. So I played a lot of Destiny last week.
You have played a lot. So... Other than the story, PvP, you've got strikes and stuff up now. Like, is there new content? Like
another thing. So you know the dead zones that you used to roam around in?
Yep.
Those are like 3 to 4 times bigger this time.
What do you do? Because they were kind of boring the first time.
So this time they're scattered with hidden chests and hidden dungeons for you to run around with and get
dungeons. Like
so you can go find one. There's like you might
the
find
dungeons random.
No, they're always in the same place.
Always the same. Okay. So you can get down good routes, like if you.
Yeah, you can get down. There'll be obviously at some point people will have good down routes of good farming. There is a bit of an exploit with one of the dungeons at the minute. That's not good. It's not Luke Cave bad.
Not Luke Cave bad.
I think I might be doing it on stream later.
I spent a lot of hours shooting into a cave. I mean, it's fine.
Oh, it's literally, yeah. So there's that. The dungeons, but they're really fun.
Because that's better. Because like when I went to in the first game, like farm routes were for materials, but it was just boring as fuck. Because it'd be like big open, like I can't remember which planet it was. It was like big open planet. I'm trying to farm certain material, and it'll just be like. When you knew the location of where all the materials were, you just run, grab, move on to the next one, grab, moved on to the next one, grab, move on to the next one, and then after that one, be like, and around this time, a named dude or whatever, I can't remember the name of the characters, like a big dude you can kill for the chance of getting like an exotic or something's going to spawn over there, run over there, kill him, run over to this one, and restart route. Do it twice, then the dude will respawn. And you just do that for hours, and it just became very, very fucking boring.
No, so this time for endgame content, so you've got your strikes, you've got your nightfall strikes, you've got the hidden dungeons, you've got public events. There is also ways to make the public events heroic. So if you want to get into endgame, my advice is jump onto YouTube or something and learn how to make them heroic. A, because it gives you better gear, but B, so you don't piss anybody off.
What's the difference? What's the
heroic? So it gets harder. Okay. But you get better loot dropping. But you have to do set things to make a public event heroic. Like there's actual different methods. I don't know how somebody worked these out, but there's actual little things you have to do to make it a heroic event. So once you get in late game, check those out, please. Do yourselves a favor.
How are the strikes? Because
strikes are fun. Strikes are very fun. I enjoyed all the strikes I've played. I think I've only missed one, and I haven't got to play the PS4 one.
Yeah, because you made a wrong decision.
Well, no, because I have no friends on PlayStation.
No. I mean, you've got friends on PlayStation. You don't have any playing.
No, exactly. Nobody playing Destiny. So I enjoy all the strikes. I'm super excited for the raid that comes out this Wednesday.
Yep.
I'm gearing up for that still. So
that's a lot faster. The first one took like.
First one took a while. Took a while.
Wow.
They've literally on Friday last week they put out a schedule.
Yep, I saw that, which is good.
The next 4 weeks.
Yep.
The next 4 weeks of this is coming out here, Trials is coming out.
I never did that day one. Week one Destiny.
I didn't do it, but I want to. There's also like the map days of when Xur comes, which is the guy that sells
every Friday.
Every Friday he sells exotic weapons. He didn't come last week. He's coming for the first time this week.
Yep.
Achievements for this game
or
trophies. Trophies.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Sorry, the trophies do count later.
Yeah.
I'm loving the game. Like if you love a good shooter, or if you saw the potential of Destiny 1 but didn't go back, give it a try, because I think you'll be really, really pleased. I am known on Destiny as I moonlight as a guardian, and my main reason for playing is to be a soccer player, because in the farm there is a soccer pitch with goals, so every time I'm just kicking the soccer ball, so come find me.
I was going to say my last question was just going to be, do you reckon people who fell off Destiny 1 or went...
Oh, do it, please. Like, come back and have a look. It is the story campaign, so all up, it took me... And this was me sitting there for the entire day. It took me 12 hours to do the story. Yeah. And only about...
Decent length for a shooter.
A decent game for a shooter. Took about only an hour of that was me trying to catch up on a level gate, because at certain points in the game, it's like you have to be this level to progress. There was only the level 15 gate that it took me that extra little bit just to farm up. But as long as you're doing... There's mini quests, there's adventures, there's normal quests. There's a lot to do in this game. And that was my biggest disappointment. There is a member of our network who will not go unnamed that I was very disappointed with. Okay, Dylan threw him under the bus. That when I was like the first night and I messaged the guys and I was like, hey, I just finished the Destiny campaign, he was instantly like, oh, this game's not for me then. Game's not for me.
Yeah, for some reason he wants the campaign to be longer.
And I'm like,
this
isn't why you play the game.
Yeah.
The story of the campaign's awesome and I love it, but as with all MMOs, nothing starts until you reach level cap.
Yeah.
The game doesn't start till you reach level cap. So.
You need that light level to begin. How's that as well? Is it still completely nonsensical?
So I'm 259, and the cap at the minute is 350.
Okay.
I think the best legendaries you can get are 275.
I really wish they had. I mean, I don't know why they do that. I'm quite happy for a game just to have normal level. You know, like, what level are you? 86.
I like it. But I'm used to it because I play a lot of MMOs. Like WoW does it. Destiny does it. Like most MMOs do.
I just don't get
item
it.
level now. It's because you just keep farming items. It's so you have something else to do other than just levels. But you do keep leveling up, and every time you complete a quote unquote level, you get a bright engram to go crack open, and you get free stuff out of that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Do it. Destiny 2. Get on it.
Destiny 2.
Especially if you're a PlayStation player, you should definitely do it because you get all your sweet exclusive content.
Yeah.
I've already sold people like the great Zyger on the game. He bought the game and not everybody's golf because of me. So
not on Xbox.
Not on Xbox, on PlayStation.
All right, let's jump into hashtag every trophy counts.
Hashtag every trophy counts. Every trophy. Every trophy.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot every trophy counts. Hey.
Every trophy counts. Hey. I think that was a bit different to last week, but we'll keep it up.
There was no chance in fucking hell I was ever going to remember exactly how it happened.
No, I could not, except for... Oh, we don't have Ashley to do the drop. Insert drop.
Wow.
Wow.
Fuck, last week's episode was amazing. All right, so let's finish the Destiny 2 talk. So Destiny 2, how are the Chivos?
Well, you asked me, or I wouldn't have really looked. You asked me on
You're
stream
damn right
to
I
check.
did.
He asked me as soon as he was in stream. He's like, "Show me those Chivos. Show me what you've got." And I only had 5 left to do, and that was without me. 5 out of 13 to do.
Yeah, 2 of them you can't get yet.
2 of them you can't get yet. The other ones, they're just time sinks, but they're not as bad time sink as I thought. Because the moment you get to level 20, you can buy these coins to increase your XP gain.
By buy, you mean in-game current.
In-game currency, not out-of-game currency. You buy them with in-game stuff.
Yep.
You can get these little coins to increase your XP and the loot that drops. So that'll get... And there's a bind on account. So you get them on your other characters as well. So you just...
So you can power level whatever classes you don't play.
Yeah, you just power classes the other 2 levels to get those achievements.
So are there other achievements for to get him to level 20 or what? Like, is it get...
It's to get to level 20. There's like story moments.
The story.
It's basically finish the story, get to level 20, Crucible games, do challenges. I think the only ones I've got left is stuff like Meet Xur is still to do. And that was like a mysteriously written one, but it really means if it's something about Nemesis, it just means you have to go find Xur on a Friday.
The raid.
There's the raid one.
Yep.
And then there's another. The hardest one will be complete either a raid or a Nightfall Strike on Prestige.
Which is what,
hard.
the hardest difficulty?
The hardest difficulty, you have to complete 1. So, it's not doable. Like, if you...
That's a lot easier than complete a raid on the hardest difficulty without any character dying. Anyone dying. Which was the original trophy, like Destiny 1's trophy list. Or
I'm interested to see, because the trophy list is not hard.
It's like 13 trophies, bunch of fucking golds, and it looks easy as.
Yeah.
Quite a fan of it.
You are.
A fan of it.
You are. If you ever decide in a year's time and you're like, man,
like Destiny 2 is like $20.
Destiny 2 is really cheap. I've got some time. You come to me first. I will buy it probably for the 3rd time and play with you, Dylan.
Why 30? You can buy it on PC too.
I am indeed. I'm definitely buying on
PC. You're a sick motherfucker. You are.
Which doesn't come out for like another month. That's fine.
Yeah. Damn PC.
That is fine.
If
only you could just play together on all platforms.
That would be great.
Cross-platform.
Imagine that. It's not going to happen though.
Imagine that. Do it.
Let's quickly cover some couple other trophy things. So,
do we have to? Can we just keep talking about Destiny?
No. Well, we talked about Destiny for a good fucking half hour, I think.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Go on then.
And
You have to.
Okay, sorry. So PS Plus game, Truck Racer, that we all joked that would see me and Tom playing. Probably going to happen. I tried it out the other day for 15, 20 minutes. Went, you know what? This game isn't terrible, not unplayable, not great. However, I could zone out and listen to some podcasts or something like it while playing, which is that kind of game. I quite look for games like that sometimes. Like, I need to catch up on podcasts or like TV episodes that I can watch on like a different monitor or something like that. Can I just have a game to zone the fuck out? And this is it, because you can bounce off walls and the physics aren't great. And you're a truck and you race and you got
and you're a truck.
Yeah, it's sick. I got 8 trophies in 15 minutes, which
Excellent.
is quite a good sign.
How many trophies are there all up?
A full list. So
Full,
they
like
basically
as in like
finished the
she
game.
said, like is there like 40
something, yeah.
40 something? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically finish the game, win 5 multiplayer races in a row. That's pretty easy when you know someone named Thomas Marshall. Who's
You
willing
do.
to download
You
the
do.
game and do it with
You
you.
crazy kids even played Far Cry 3 yesterday. You crazy goddamn kids.
Yeah, I was playing Far Cry 3 yesterday to get the co-op trophies because they're the only ones we need for the platinum each. And then 2 trophy lists worth pointing out. The first one is Dead Hungry, which is a PSVR game. And I basically like to point out old PSVR games, which is a you just wave shooter, but you're like in a food van or something like that, and it's called Dead Hungry because they're zombies, but they're like coming for food, and you like shoot them with hot dogs or something like that. So comical, might be fun. Looks fun. I watched the trailer. I was like, this could be interesting.
I don't mind shooting a hot dog around
I
into
quite like
a large open space.
Just, you know, you just like clear the waves. It's like you're just standing there, so pew, 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 shoot the things. Anyway, trophy list looks easy, and it's got platinum. VR game for platinum. Sounds good. And then the last one worth pointing out was Dishonored Death of the Outsider, what's it
Was
called?
that this week?
No, I don't think but the trophy list has popped. But it has a platinum, which I found really interesting because I thought this was just a expansion for number 2. Like I thought it was a big expansion, but it's got its own full trophy
Yeah,
list
it's very
and
much
platinum.
the same vein as like First Light and stuff.
Yeah, which I didn't know. So
No.
until I saw the trophy list, which I was like, oh, that's cool. Bunch of Dishonored stuff. Haven't played
Dishonored
the second one,
has
so-
a history of not having great trophy lists, though.
No, it doesn't have great trophy lists, but I mean, a full list is better than like 5 DLC expansion lists, and this means the game's probably a lot bigger than I originally thought it was. 'Cause I mean, Dishonored 1 had two expansions, both cool. I've seen people like speed run them and stuff on like Games Done Quick on Twitch and shit like that. Like they're like meaty like DLCs and stuff like that, but they were just normal DLC lists. They weren't their own ones, which is cool. So if you like Dishonored, apparently this game's a lot bigger than we all originally thought. Or I wasn't paying any attention. I'm sorry.
are honoured to find it.
I never played Destiny. I never played Destiny 2 either. I never played Dishonored 2 either. Sorry.
I played the first couple hours.
I'm intrigued. I just never got to it. Maybe one day.
I was like, eh.
PS Plus
Oh,
it
yeah.
to me or someone.
I did the exact same thing with Dishonored 1, though, and then went back a year later and was like, yeah, I'll play it.
I played Dishonored 1 on the Master Race, if I want to be honest.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy.
And we're going to wrap up the show there. This is officially the Destiny episode. Hopefully, if you've reached the end of it, I covered up that spoiler section. If you care about Destiny 2 spoilers. If not, sorry.
We
My
should
bad.
clickbait and be like, Destiny 2 completely spoiled by Dylan Blight.
Yeah,
Clickbait.
my bad. Just tweet at me. I'm at Vivaladil, Vivaladil. If I forget
Have you
to cover it
changed
up.
it? I thought you were at Lord M. Pryor. You should tweet at Lord M. Pryor and complain.
Well, you can tweet at Lord Empire and just complain about anything really, because he's what is it? Don't at Explosion Network.
Don't Explosion Network. That is also ask Thomas Marshall, Tom the Bomb 89. What movie has he seen?
Yeah,
We don't know.
tie into the start of the show. That's a joke from Pleasure Explosion, episode 29, casting the Explosion Network, which you should listen to too. Ciaran, where can people find you?
People can find me at your boy Ringo on Twitter and over at twitch.tv/Explosion Network.
Which is where you're about to be fucking heading to play some
I know,
Destiny.
in literally like 2 minutes to play some Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So if you didn't see that,
Which you probably
failed.
haven't, because
probably
this
didn't.
comes out tomorrow.
But if you want to, I'll be playing it Wednesday night. Doing
Wednesday night,
the
there you
raid.
Don't forget to follow the Explosion Network on Twitter at ExplosionPod. And you can head to the website, explosionnetwork.com, where you can find the rest of our shows, goodies, and all sorts of lovely things. And I don't know, more Destiny content. There's more Destiny content on Twitch, that's for sure.
Damn straight.
And you can now email platinum@explosionnetwork.com if you've got any questions, random tidbits, or want advice on trophies, that's right, I'll give you advice on trophies. Hashtag every trophy counts if you see a random list or some shit like that. Sure, don't know. Emails are now open, officially. I want a cool name for the segment, for mail time or something, but it's not going to be called mail time because that's fucking boring. So if you have an idea for a cool name that's tied into trophies...
Mail poppin'. Mail poppin' the time.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Mail poppin'.
Mail pop is not actually... That's actually a legit idea.
Don't
email. Locked it in. No, you can still email ideas. I'll take the best one.
It's clearly going to be mail poppin'.
Have the best one. Everyone have... It's because I don't know if it's clearly going to be...
I don't know.
If that's just
think...
Everyone have a great day, afternoon, morning, nighttime, wherever the fuck you are, whatever the hell it's going on. Plat. Friendly neighborhood ad read Dylan here. On November 4th, the Explosion Network will be taking part in Extra Life, playing and streaming 24 hours of games to raise money for the Sick Kids International Hospital in Toronto. The crew will be together under one roof doing ridiculous challenges each time we hit a fundraising milestone, and it's all for the kids. So come help out. Head over to explosionnetwork.com/extralife for all the details, times, and suggest any challenges, goals, or games you'd like to see us play. Watch our Extra Life video. It's up on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Share it on your own social media. Don't forget to hit that like button and get the word around so we can help raise some good dollars and see us do some ridiculous stuff. Don't forget our weekly podcasts. Pleasure Explosion on Monday, Platinum Explosion on Tuesdays, and Grandstand Gurus goes up every Thursday, and they all go live at 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Plat.
Dylan, I have an apple for you.
An apple?
Yes, an apple. Just eat it. Don't ask any questions. Just take a bite. It'll all be over quickly.
The apple going to kill me? And have you recently watched Snow White? Because
I just.
No, fucking Kingdom Hearts. That's why you've got this in your head, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Because that's in number 2. It is, isn't it?
I don't think it's in season number 2. I just.
Isn't it? It's just on the first one? Because I was like, why the
I
fuck
think I could pull off being a good hag with an apple.
I was just like, I don't know why you're randomly thinking of like Snow White references. And I was like, oh, Kingdom Hearts. That's why. Unless you're like, oh, on the weekends, Dylan, I'm actually a classic Disney movie lover.
I am a Disney princess cosplayer. Plat, motherfuckers.